Alright, so let's rewind the clock to 2020. It honestly feels like a lifetime ago, especially in the crypto world. Back then, cryptocurrency was this fascinating but kind of scary thing for most people. Think of it like a digital version of cash. You could send it to someone without needing a bank in the middle. The technology behind it was called blockchain. It's a shared, super secure digital ledger. Imagine a notebook that everyone can see but no one can secretly change. This made transactions permanent and transparent. Most people had only heard of Bitcoin, and maybe Ethereum if they were a little more adventurous. It was mostly a playground for tech enthusiasts, speculative traders, and people who really believed in a future without traditional banks. The main uses for crypto in 2020 were pretty limited for the average person. The biggest use case was investing. More accurately, speculating. People were buying coins hoping the price would skyrocket, which it often did, and then sometimes crashed spectacularly. It was a roller coaster. Then came 2021. This was the year crypto exploded into the mainstream conversation. It was everywhere. Your cousin was talking about it at Thanksgiving. It was all over the news. Celebrities were suddenly tweeting about their favorite coins. The big reason for this was a massive bull run. Bitcoin hit astonishing new all-time highs. Altcoins, alternatives to Bitcoin, followed suit. Suddenly, stories of people becoming millionaires overnight were common. That drew in a massive wave of new investors. Curious investors, sometimes greedy investors. Everyone had FOMO, the fear of missing out. A huge new trend in 2021 was the rise of NFTs, non-fungible tokens. The idea can sound complicated, but it's simple. If Bitcoin is like a dollar bill, one is the same as another, an NFT is like a one-of-a-kind painting, or like a signed baseball card. It's a unique digital item whose ownership is recorded on the blockchain. After the massive party of 2021, 2022 was the year of the hangover. The market entered a crypto winter. Prices fell and stayed low. The hype died down. Retail traders chasing quick profits got burned and left. Several large, seemingly stable crypto companies and projects collapsed spectacularly. The most famous collapse, Terra and Luna. Terra Luna used an algorithmic stablecoin to hold a peg. The peg failed and wiped out billions. The collapses were a brutal wake-up call. They exposed risky practices and poorly designed projects hiding during the bull run. Major lenders and exchanges also failed. Celsius, FTX, big brand =, not automatically safe. Lesson: not your keys, not your coins. If you keep crypto on an exchange instead of your own wallet, you don't truly own it. The exchange controls the assets. If it fails, your funds can vanish. Regulators worldwide finally kicked into high gear. In the US, crypto legislation became a top congressional priority. In Europe, they advanced MiCA, markets and crypto assets. If 2022 was about cleaning house, 2023 was the year the new, more respectable tenants started moving in. With the promise of clearer regulations on the horizon, many of the world's biggest financial companies finally made their move. BlackRock, Fidelity, JP Morgan, Visual. Major finance logos arranged around a central Bitcoin symbol. They started to seriously integrate crypto into their services. The most significant development was the push for spot Bitcoin ETFs. An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, is an investment product you can buy and sell on the stock market. A spot Bitcoin ETF would allow people to invest in Bitcoin without actually having to buy and hold the cryptocurrency themselves. Schwab, Fidelity. This was a complete game changer. It removed the biggest barrier for many people, the technical complexity of setting up a wallet, and the security risks of self-custody. It made investing in Bitcoin as easy as buying a stock. The flood of ETF applications signaled to the world that crypto was being taken seriously. Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, they started developing crypto-linked debit cards that convert crypto to fiat when you swipe. They also explored how blockchain could make cross-border payments faster and cheaper. By 2024, the focus shifted dramatically toward user experience and security building on the foundation laid by corporate adoption and clearer regulations. The industry finally realized that for crypto to be used by billions, it had to be as easy as using Venmo or PayPal. A major innovation that became widespread was account abstraction. This is a technical term for a very simple idea: making crypto wallets work more like bank accounts. It allowed for features that we take for granted in traditional finance, like social recovery. If you lost your password, you could designate trusted friends or family members to help you regain access, eliminating the terrifying risk of losing everything forever. Another huge leap forward in usability came from improvements in Layer 2 solutions. Think of the main blockchain like a busy highway. During rush hour, it gets clogged and fees rise. Layer 2s are like express lanes built on top of the main highway. They bundle up lots of small transactions and process them off the main chain, making them incredibly fast and cheap, fractions of a penny. This finally made it practical to tip creators online, buy a character skin in a video game, or even paying for a cup of coffee. Exchanges in regulated regions implemented proof of reserves, stronger anti-fraud, KYC/AML, making major exchanges feel much safer. So here we are today, in the middle of 2025. And let me tell you, the crypto landscape is almost unrecognizable from what it was just 5 years ago. For a beginner, the experience is completely different. It's simpler, safer, and far more integrated into the digital world we already live in. The biggest change is that you can now interact with crypto without even realizing it. Many of your favorite apps and platforms have started to use blockchain technology in the background. Some social platforms now let you tip creators directly with crypto, or buy verified digital collectibles with a single click. One of the most exciting developments is the rise of real-world assets, or RWAs. Visual a house, visual a gold bar, visual a stock certificate, all pointing to digital token versions of themselves on a smartphone. This allows you to buy and sell fractions of these assets easily. Imagine investing $50 in a commercial property or buying a token that pays micro-royalties from a hit song. This tokenization is making investing that used to be for the wealthy accessible to everyone, democratizing finance. So you're a beginner in 2025 and you're thinking about getting into crypto. My advice for you today is vastly different from what I would have said back in 2020. Back then, my first words would have been a string of warnings about scams, volatility, complexity, scams, volatility, complexity. I would have told you to prepare to spend hours learning and to only invest money you were truly 100% willing to lose. It was a high-stakes, high-stress endeavor that required a ton of research. You had to learn about different types of wallets and how to safely store private keys, write your seed phrase and keep it safe, and how to spot a fraudulent project from a mile away. Today in 2025, my advice is much more encouraging and straightforward. Start small and start with what you know. If you just want investment exposure, the easiest and safest way is through a spot Bitcoin ETF in your brokerage. If you want to actually own and use crypto, start with a well-known regulated exchange, PayPal, Cash App, or even your bank app. These platforms simplified buying to a few taps. Use 2FA and trusted security features. They have robust security. You don't need to become a tech expert overnight. The tools are finally here. Easy onboarding and real use cases. The biggest change is the shift from speculation to utility. What does this coin actually do? The journey for a beginner today is no longer a treacherous climb up a mountain, but a gentle walk down a paved path. And that, in my opinion, makes all the difference.